Tech Innovator Voices. Hallgass ránk!
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. I'm Adrienn Lengyel and this is Bechtle Tech Innovator Voices podcast, where we discuss how modern technologies can help our daily life and work. Our goal is to bring IT closer to you and to show you the latest innovations from our vendors in an understandable way. Today we will talk about All Labs, the company that put an owl into the meeting room. Not a real one, but 360 degrees camera, which basically sees and hears everything. My guest will be Thomas Veeborn from All Labs online and my colleague Peter Molnar physically from Bechtle, Hungary.
Partnereink All Labs. Pod to you.
Thank you for accepting my invitation.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
So let's start at the very beginning. Every great product has an origin story, and as I know, yours is a bit unusual. Can you tell us about it a little bit?
I would be happy to, and it's a great question to start off with. So we have to go back around 12, 13 years, where our co-founder, Mark Schnittman, who was currently working at iRobot, was being very frustrated when trying to communicate, working remotely, and communicate with his engineers at the office. So that frustration led to an idea where him and his team came up with basically the idea to put a laptop on a 360-degree swivel stool. So while Mark was working remotely and his team was in office, they would put the laptop on the swivel stool and they would manually rotate it to focus on the speaker that was speaking at the time. And that idea sparked then an even greater idea a few years later, where Mark Schnittman took one of the leading engineers at iRobot called Max McKeeve, went together to create the first product called the Meeting Owl, or simply called the Meeting Owl, and which also founded the company All Labs in 2014. So it kind of came out of a frustration of not being able to communicate efficiently enough to make the best out of their work. And one idea led to another. And today, of course, we've gone a long way. Yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And I could elaborate more, but that's pretty much the essence of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think all the great ideas start with a great pain.
Yeah.
You have to find a solution.
That's a cool story. And what about the name? Why All?
Yeah, so that answer might not be very shocking. So owls are known for being very intelligent and observant creatures. Also known for being able to turn their heads almost 360 degrees. So given that, it very much aligns perfectly with what our product was designed to do. So I think personally, the design, I think it's spot on. And it also, as a little added feature, it allowed us to create a little hoot sound at the start when you turn the product on. It goes something like hoo hoo hoo.
Yes, it's very funny.
And it's a funny sound that brings a smile to people's faces before they start the meeting, and it's very very well received by our users. So
Absolutely.
So that's a quick story about that.
At the very beginning, as I know, you only focused on 360-degree cameras, but now you created a whole ecosystem. Can we say that?
Absolutely, you could say that. We really evolved way beyond our first product, which was a 720p camera in black color. I would say much thanks to all the eminent feedback that we got from our users over the years that kind of allowed us to keep on track and keep a top spot as a market-leading brand in 360 cameras. So today we have around 17 SKUs in channel, including all the accessories such as carry cases, tripods, and table stands, and much more. So just to kind of also give the viewers of this podcast an image that probably has a good impact and explains very well what we have been doing and what problem we have solved, so to speak. So this is a traditional view of a web camera, as many know it and as many have used over the years and are well known to this view. And what we've kind of done is we transformed this way of viewing a meeting remotely into something like this, or exactly like this, actually, where you have a 360 panoramic view, which is of course optional, and also an AI machine that automatically focuses on the speaker and tracks both movements and voices very efficiently to make sure that everyone is being seen and heard during the meeting. And we keep a track of people's facial expressions, body language, etc., so that the remote participant feels much more involved in the meeting than they would most likely do using the setup that I showed you in the former picture. And also to explain how we've evolved, I think it's very easy to just show you this picture. It kind of shows you how we've evolved over the years, what products have been added, and so on. So we started in 2017 with the Meeting Owl, a 720p camera, and that was like the very first camera that we brought out. And then after 2 years, we brought out a new version with significant upgrades on everything from better facial tracking to quicker switching between participants, and a lot of updates that kind of really made this product a great choice for any type of meetings, even if you're 10 people, 2 people, etc. In 2020, we added the possibility of adding an extra hour. So now we could scale up and being used in bigger meeting rooms and being used on longer tables, etc. And more owls will be able to be paired in the future. So this is most likely something that will grow.
And
In
here,
2021,
yes, here
please.
I have to interrupt you because this one is a really great feature. We are also using it. Now we have here the meeting on 3 with us.
Can you show it?
Yes, this is the meeting on 3, which actually doesn't have here the extension microphone, but this one we own it at the office, and besides it we have the meeting on 4 plus. And just to get back the pairing feature, it's a really good option because we have a 40 plus meeting room, and then we are using these 2 owns. And I have to tell you that it covers the whole meeting room with the 3 separated screens, with the 360-degree view as well. So this is far a great choice for us.
That's really amazing feedback to get, and that is exactly what it's supposed to be used as. And just the fact that you can use one when you are fewer people and quickly scale up with just adding a new one and quickly pair them together takes very few seconds to get those 2 paired up, and then you've doubled the capacity pretty much of the space that you can cover. So
exactly,
not quite double, but it's so really great to hear that feedback, that it's working as intended and that you are happy.
Yes, we are, and also it takes I think less than a minute or half a minute to recognize the faces and then pair the faces with the voice. So it's
so that's the intelligence of the camera, that it's when there is new people, it needs to understand, okay, there is someone I don't know yet, so which face is that voice, and so on. So once the camera's figured out that, it becomes a lot faster at switching. So there could be, of course, a part, but that is the AI working. And if you move it from space to space, it will learn to recognize the new space and learn to operate optimally within that space. So anyhow, moving on. 2021, we had our whiteboard owl coming out. This is a great product. It's basically a camera that could be positioned across from any whiteboard of any size, automatically crops, and a lot of different features like transparent presenter, etc. That is built into this camera. It's definitely the product that gets the most wows, let's say, when we're out demonstrating on events, exhibitions, and stuff like that. So it's definitely a product that anyone that has a meeting room or a classroom with a whiteboard that is being used together with a meeting room or remote working solution, they should really check this product out. And in 2022, we released the product that you are holding in your hands or held in your hands recently, called the Meeting Owl Free. It is very similar to the Meeting Owl Pro when it comes to design, but a lot of added features on the software side inside, and also the ability to add an expansion mic on the side. So this is also let's call it a budget alternative or a more cost-effective alternative to scale up the room that you can use technology in when the audio pickup is much more essential than video coverage of all angles, let's say. In 2023, we added the Owl Bar, which is also a product that really opened up for more ways of using our products in much more spaces. And then last year, we released our first sort of enterprise-ready and enterprise-focused product called the Meeting Owl 4 Plus. Really comes from a lot of feedback from bigger organizations over the years that has led to the development of this product. So I would say that now, yes, we do have a full-fledged ecosystem of products that can work in pretty much any space. We have a lot of use cases in banks and finance, lots of schools and colleges and bigger universities. We're also used in hospitals and many, many other places that I could keep elaborating forever about. We started with an autofocus of 3 people, a manual way of using the camera, and a speaker tracking mode. And recently, we added 2 new features called the panorama and the grid mode, which can show up to 8 people. And the panoramic means you separate the table using one side of the table on the upper side of the view mode, and the other side of the table on the lower end. Yeah, so here you can view and see the different view modes, where we started by having the autofocus showing up to 3 speakers at one time, plus a manual feature where you could take manual control of the camera, and a speaker mode where you have automatic tracker of the speaker in the room. And recently we added a panoramic view as well that can show that can divide the view into 2 sections, showing so perfect for a rectangular table when you would like to show one side of the table on the upper part and the other side of the table on the lower part. We also added a mode called Grid, where we can now display up to 8 people at one time. And this is features requested by customers over time. So we've just listened and we've taken action. And this has been very well received.
And sorry, here I have to highlight one thing, that the speaker mode is really cool, because you have to just take a glance at the camera and speak around, some words, and after this, the camera will automatically focus on you, even if you are not looking into it.
Yes,
that's cool.
So you can talk to your audience.
Yes, and this is, for example, very widely used in schools where you need where the teacher can flick this this feature on and then roam around freely in the classroom, knowing that the camera will always track them wherever they go. So it's definitely widely used in that area, but I use it myself a lot, actually. So. It's a great feature, and also being able to show now up to 8 people. It kind of, it gives more people the feeling of being involved in a meeting when they're also being on the screen, so no one is forgotten. I just have to also give a quick note about our remote working tool that we've had for many years as well, called the Nest. So it is a way to remotely keeping sure that all your units are up to date, and you can monitor their usage. You can name them. You can basically do a lot of things to keep track on every device in your organization. So that is a tool that we are very proud of as well.
What are the latest features or innovations that you're actually proud of?
Yeah, so the latest update from us would, of course, be this Microsoft Teams certification of the MO4 Plus, the Meeting Owl 4 Plus, our latest camera. And our latest software version, which is also a month old or so, where we released many new camera modes, such as the ones I just showed you. When it comes to the innovation side, I could mention many things, but what comes to mind is actually if we go back a couple of years before we had the Owl Bar, and we were listening to our users who were explaining that the product were great in many ways, but during some presentations or meetings, the majority of the participants were facing the TV, more listening to a presenter on the TV rather than maybe collaborating over the table. And of course, if you were positioned between the TV and the Meeting Owl, you would be displayed from the Meeting Owl would only be able to display the side of your face. So, and of course, it felt like we were really missing out on something there. So when we added the Owl Bar, we and being able to cover that angle as well, so that there was no angle in the meeting where we couldn't capture the front of people's face and keep the connection with that person at all times during a meeting. So that by bringing this product out, it's just eliminated this question, and it just really kind of solidified us as a solution for any type of room, being able to cover all these angles. So that's something that I remember was a big thing back then. Of course, I could mention a lot of more things that happened since then, but I guess I will go with that for this time.
The market is full of video conferencing solutions. What makes you different?
Well, I mean, you could argue that only our pretty creative design would make us, stick out quite a lot. But of course, we also see ourselves as a pioneer brand with roughly 10 more years of software and product development compared to most of our competitors. So we are far ahead when it comes to that part. And of course, that goes into the experience of the user. So it's very hard for me to explain much better than that, but I would say that anyone that is interested to find out for themselves, they should contact Bechtle and get their own demo unit and test it out for themselves. And I'm sure that they will realize what I'm saying and realize that it's a great product. If you don't want to take my word for it, we're also rated best in class from magazines like Tech Radar Pro, which is on a global scale pretty big. And we also have Digital Camera World, who listed the Meeting L3 as the best conference solution overall. So we have some statements from some pretty big magazines, and also of course companies and etc. that I would love to mention more about, but that would be for another time. But we have many happy users, and I would really emphasize anyone that is interested to test it to contact Bechtle, and we'll make sure that they get a test unit in their hands.
Yes, thank you. And then I think you also stand out even in the shape of the oil, because I haven't seen in the market such camera. And also I think it's a great feature that it stands in the size of a laptop. So many people doesn't like it, and when something is recording or capturing them from below. But this one is pretty well placed.
Yeah. Thank you. And true that. So we made it extra kind of high so that it could see over any laptop screen, and also that means as we're solving or we're hitting two birds in one stone here. Also being able to get a view from higher up, so that people don't look distorted or anything on the image. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. And then if we would turn this on as well, the one you have here, people would see that there will be two owl eyes glowing on the product as well. That adds to the design. So which is a pretty cool thing. But also to mention, on our latest product, you could, if you don't think it's appropriate, you could choose to have these eyes toggled off. So you have the option.
Yes, unfortunately, we cannot switch it on now. But yes, it's a very great option.
Yeah. I can also say that we have a lot of YouTube videos, of course, and a lot of content out there. You only need to search on YouTube or just Google us, and you'll find loads of references, videos, etc., to find out more about how the product works, what our users think, etc. So it's very easy to find out there. We've been around for a long time, and we will stay with you in the future as well, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully. And then I really like the background story that the whole idea came from, just turning the laptop, and also the software part started with iRobot, which is
yes, it's really, very funny.
Yeah, it was currently working there. So there's a lot of connections from that company and the work he was doing there, and the ideas that led to our labs, of course.
How do you imagine the future of hybrid work? What are your next plans?
So looking ahead, we see a future where hybrid work will most likely integrate more and more with increasingly smarter AI machines. So, but actually how that will play out, your guess is as good as mine. But it's definitely an interesting time we live in, and an interesting future ahead. Pretty sure that things will become more wireless, and I'm pretty sure that many companies will offer their employees a way to work wherever they feel that they can thrive as these solutions get better and better, and you feel like you can cooperate efficiently with your coworkers wherever they are. So to maximize their output, you would likely want them to choose whatever environment that they can fit and thrive in. So, and of course, for the future, I can't elaborate much on it, but our pipeline is packed. So if you stay with us, if you stay tuned, you'll see a lot of cool stuff coming over the next years. I can guarantee you that.
I can mention you one field regarding the batteries, because there was a question from one of our customers that is it available in battery only version? Maybe they are working in a construction industry, and they would just put it in the box and carry it wherever they would. So, and I started thinking about that maybe it would be a good feature that even if this box could recharge the battery of the all, and then while you are carrying it, you just set it up, you open it, and then it would work, let's say, for 2 hours or something. I will take the credit for it if you haven't think about it.
I make sure you'll get the credit for that. But no, it's actually like the battery powered version has been asked quite a lot. We're not there yet where there is a battery that could power that could be built in and power power all the technology within the owl without us losing a lot of efficiency. But I think that it is a matter of time before the technology would be there. And then, of course, that solution, if that is requested by the market, so put one and one together. But we're not there yet. What does exist nowadays, though, is, of course, power stations and stuff like that you can bring with you that can power, that you can take camping, for example, and stay powered for a week or so. And there are many solutions like that would probably be the first step to be able to bring, an owl into the wild, if you know what I mean. But so it's definitely already possible. But yeah, we're not there yet, and I couldn't say much about it. But yeah, it's a very cool idea, that's for sure. And when it comes to battery, I think most things will be battery powered when we are able to build batteries, in a compact size enough, with the right efficiency. And we will power houses. We will power most things with batteries when we can recharge them and we can store energy in them.
Yes.
But yeah, the future is looking very interesting. That's for sure, in many ways.
To end with a fun one, what is your favorite feature of the old camera?
Yeah, so my favorite feature would probably be the presenter enhancer mode. Being one of those people that like to walk around as I speak and elaborate on things. So I use it a lot when I do meetings in my own office, in our meeting room. So that would probably be like my favorite feature. And we also have a feature called Ignore Zone, which is, a great feature that you could be also, you could be very creative with, and also it could be very useful to, remove any space from the meeting that you would not like to be displayed. Maybe you've used it, Peter, so how it works as well.
Yes, and it's a really great thing that you can use it on your phone from the application, and then there in the 360 degree mode, I can find the spot which I don't want to show. That, for example, at our office, at the meeting room, always there's something written on a whiteboard, which is discussed by the developer team. I never want to show this in the video or in the conference, so I always put an ignoring mode. And yeah, this is what I wanted to highlight, that this is my personal favorite feature of the all.
It's great to hear that sort of feedback. And yeah, it could be used very creatively. Maybe you have a window and the window is open. It's hot outside. People are outside talking outside of the window, and the camera is figuring out if they, you can simply eliminate a spot like that, or any other way you would like to use it. So it's a great feature.
My favorite feature is the hoo-hoo sound, because it's very funny. I really like it. So thank you.
That's also great to hear.
Thank you very much for this great conversation and to be here.
It was my pleasure. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for joining us today on Bechtle Tech Innovator Voices podcast. And I hope you already follow our channels. If not, please do so. Also, if you have any feedback, please feel free to contact us at the below address. Hope to see you in the next episode. Stay tuned.
Tech Innovator Voices. Hallgass ránk! Partnereink O Labs. Pod to you.